everybody, and welcome to Camella's Morgan Donahue, Tom Lydon with you. We're dressed up because this is a special night, a special event. I said earlier this morning as I was sitting at my kitchen table sending out an Instagram post that I feel like we've got a whole fireworks display set up and ready to launch because this is 75 minutes, 19 awards to celebrate what's been an unbelievable year.
Well, Tom, first off, we weren't canceled, so that's a good sign. But second off, what a special night to be able to reflect on the full year. There was incredible records made, individual records, team records, moments that we're going to celebrate too. But to be able to look back on the full athletic season and really give some well-deserved awards, it doesn't get any better than that.
So we have some of our nominees actually here with us in the house, which is very exciting. We have other nominees who are in Aruba. So hopefully you're watching us in Aruba on YouTube.
If you are, let us know.
We'll
give a shout out.
We'll give you a little shout out. But we are super excited. And we don't know how long each of these categories are going to take, so let's just get right into it with our first category of the night. And we are so grateful for the support of our sponsors. And our first award, which is the best finish of the year, is brought to you by RFC Legal. We are so appreciative of their support. And they even gave a little social media post to us yesterday.
I love that. I saw that.
Telling people to watch this show tonight. So we're so appreciative of our friends at RFC Legal. And the best finish. Wow, did we have some good finishes this year. And we obviously are going to learn, had some fun putting together these nominees. But let's just get right into it. The girls' soccer game against Whitman-Hanson that ended on a penalty kick in overtime. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Cassie McGovern, freshman, no less. But before she made that kick, it's just incredible effort by her teammates to get to that opportunity. But what a finish for the freshman.
So another game that stood out to us and had a great finish was another overtime win. That was the field hockey game against Masconomet, which is a difficult town to say, so I'm only going to say it once. But that was another really dramatic finish that caught our attention.
Ellie Harrington on the doorstep. Bridget Hughes doing what Bridget Hughes does. She was stick handling in a phone booth, found Ellie right there on the doorstep. Game, set, match.
No surprise, the finish of the Thanksgiving Day game against Holliston is in here as a best finish. Ty Pindell to Keela McDonald, 22-19. That's a win. The boys' hockey game against Medfield, Nolan Lewis with a birthday game-winning goal, so he deserves some credit for that. And then, of course, in the spring, we had the finish against Norwood for the baseball team. Teddy McGowan hitting the walk-off home run, his second home run of the day, and this one sent the neighboring town home a loser.
Yeah, Teddy walk-off, Teddy the Tank McGowan. I have a feeling we're going to be calling his name a couple times for some awards tonight.
There's a few people who you're going to see here nominated that we feel over the next couple of years will be nominated time and time again.
Yeah, he's going to be a name that you're going to have to remember for the next few years because he's going to be all over it. I mean, he's a multi-sport athlete too, so there's a bunch just like him and obviously from a family that are Westwood legendary athletes.
So if you were nominated, congratulations, you are already a winner, but we did need to narrow it down to one specific winner. So let's unveil our first winner of the night. The winner of the best finish of the 2025-26 school year goes to the field hockey team, their win against Masconomet. Congratulations to the girls, and let's talk about it.
So Tom, massive upset. They went into Masco as, basically the higher seed. They had to take on a very good Masconomet team, fought like heck to get it to overtime, and then overtime heroics, Ellie Harrington. What a memory, core memory that is going to be remembered for a very, very long time, and there it is. There's nothing better. Look at that. Celebrating with your teammates, pandemonium, unbelievable. That's where legends are made, Tom, in the playoffs.
So a playoff win takes our first award. Congratulations to the field hockey girls. You have gotten the show started in good fashion. Now, ironically, the second category, you're going to see a little bit of repetition. We maybe should have spread these apart, but this was a fan vote. We put this up to you to determine what was the best game environment. So the best game environment is brought to you by our friends at Beacon's Restaurant and Eagle Brook Saloon. They obviously have a great environment, so this is the perfect category for them. And, you're going to see some familiar names here. You're going to see some familiar nominees. That same Whitman-Hanson game, the girls' soccer against Whitman-Hanson. What you and I talked about yesterday, Morgan, is that sometimes the best finish leads to people saying that was the best environment.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right, but it's also unique. So some circumstances, you look at, the nominees, like boys hockey. It wasn't the biggest crowd, but my goodness, was it one of the most effective crowds. Outnumbered by the Falmouth fans, But Thanksgiving, obviously, that's a different type of crowd. That is a packed Flay Hive field. But also Benergy. We talk about that. That's something we hear from Seth Lukash is you incorporate their bench when it comes to big games and how much of an impact they had, and they certainly did in that Whitman-Hanson game.
And we got to give a big shout out to the girls soccer team because they were really promoting us throughout these last 10 days. Whenever they got a nomination, they were sharing it on their Instagram page. So we greatly appreciate that. But you also talk about that boys hockey game against Falmouth. Of note, it was Evan Cardamino's first trip over the bridge. He'd never been to Cape Cod. We're driving down together, and he just happens to throw in there. He's like, I've never been to the Cape. And we're like, you what?
I told him. I go, there's something special about Bourne. And when you go over there, it's typically a game you're going to remember for a long time, and it did not disappoint.
So some familiar nominees in this second category, very similar to our first, but the winner of the best game environment as voted by the fans, goes to the boys hockey game against Falmouth. It happened to be Coach Matt Siebert's 100th victory, and it led to the boys hockey team qualifying for the Final Four. What a great season for those guys.
There's the par 5 goal by Blaney right there. And then how about Lucas Willette, the sophomore, with a big-time goal that ended up being the game winner. Incredible. I call it the 300 game because it was like, hey, you ever see the movie 300? It's 300 that takes on a team of 1,000, and they get it done. That's what it was. The Den was unbelievable all night. They were louder, and we were outnumbered by 2-3 times the Falmouth crowd when it was right in their backyard, no less.
And this is how it ends, with Westwood sitting on a 1-goal lead. Sean Joyce had played a great game, and they finish it winning by a goal to advance. Just unbelievable drama. But I think what made this win, and I applaud the fans for the selection, is that it was the best environment from beginning to end. It was as soon as you walked into the rink that night, you knew that this was going to be something special, and the guys were playing for something unique. So congratulations to the boys hockey team, and thank you for voting. We'll have another fan vote coming up in just a bit. But we quickly shift to our next category, which is the top newcomer. And this is brought to you by our friends at Dream Spa Medical. They always make you feel new, right? So we tie all these sponsorships in a little bit with what they
You knew what you were doing.
So top newcomer, we had a lot of really good newcomers. Now, most of these are freshmen, but we kept the door open for somebody who might have been a sophomore who really broke through first time on the varsity stage. But man, such great talent. You saw a lot from Vanita throughout the year.
Incredible. All-star as a freshman. It was absolutely fantastic the season she had, and she is going to be a name you got to remember for the next 3 years. The other nominees as well. Mia Steinmetz.
So my daughter Olivia was a captain of the volleyball team, and all of a sudden we're getting ready for the season to start, and they're going away to their first couple of scrimmages, and everyone's like, you got to pay attention to this girl Mia Steinmetz because she is phenomenal. And she's one of those girls who became more than a freshman by the time it was October 1st. She established herself. She is a fantastic player, very confident, certainly deserving, as is Charlotte Leonard.
Yes.
Not just for, she's in here for swimming and diving, but she's a well-rounded athlete.
She had a fantastic cross-country season. So I saw her take part in I think it was the JV, before they had the varsity invitational. She took part in the JV, and she was in the top 5. She had an incredible season, came on strong, got better and better and better, and then a great track season as well.
Well, her mom, Lauren, is also a sponsor of Westwood Living, which we're very appreciative of. She does some writing for us every month, and she's very active herself, and that's no surprise that Charlotte's a good runner because it does run in the genes. Ryan made an impact immediately on the hockey team.
My goodness. My former neighbor, he was neighbors of the late, great Frank Donahue. He used to wake up shooting pucks at 7 a.m. right before the bus stop. 2 goals in the Mansfield playoff game as a freshman. Pretty darn impressive. That was his first ever playoff game, scoring 2 Genos. That was one we'll remember for a long time.
Genos, I love it. And Cassidy McGovern, we've already tooted your horn once for the unbelievable goal in overtime that won it for Westwood against Whitman-Hanson. But what did you see? You called a bunch of the games throughout the year.
So she played. She was in nearly every game of the year. And you could see her presence out there. She had a couple goals, I believe, versus Ashland early in the year, and you knew something was special about her. But to do that under pressure in the playoffs on penalty kicks and to send Westwood to the round of 16, that's pretty darn special, and that's a nice way to start.
So these are people you're going to be seeing over the course of the next few years for sure, because top newcomers mean that they are very young. But the winner of our top newcomer award for 2025-26 is Charlotte Leonard. And that is because Charlotte did some amazing work in the pool, and you were there to witness some of it.
I was. Incredible backstroke. So she's one of the best in the TVL. She qualified for states. Also incredible for the relays, too. Fantastic season. But I'm also throwing in the track and field and the cross country. Like an exceptional season for Charlotte. Like total, package when it comes to the true athlete, like that Bo Jackson style athlete.
What's most amazing about this category is that someone's going to win it next year who's like finishing up in Thurston right now. They haven't even taken their first class or stepped foot into 200 in Manhattan, and we're going to be talking about them a year from now. It happens quick. And if you are a talented 8th grade athlete, just know that you can make an impact on this team, whatever sport you play, right away. And congratulations to Charlotte. Very,
Absolutely.
very well deserved.
Well deserving. Yep.
We move on to our next category, and our next category is brought to us by a very familiar face, the Unsung Hero of the Year, brought to you by Kristen Donahue. And Kristen was one of our very first sponsors of WestwoodLivingSports.com, and we are so incredibly appreciative. So when we reached out to Kristen and said, what category do you want to present? And I listed them down. She immediately said Unsung Hero.
Yeah.
And it's fitting because without someone like Kristen supporting what we do, you wouldn't get the coverage that you get. So she is an unsung hero for what we do at Westwood Living Sports. So this is fun to get into. A lot of very interesting nominees. Julie Hogan, we got very familiar with during the basketball season. We didn't do as much field hockey, but wow, we'll talk later about an unbelievable playoff game that Julie had in field hockey. An unsung hero. What is this category all about,
unsung hero, it's not your traditional unsung hero, someone who really went above, what your expectations were. It's someone who literally wore a cape. Someone who was a superhero out there, and literally was a major part of the team. Julie Hogan, she was a big part of the TVL championship success. They did not start strong. They came out of the gate, a little queasy. Julie Hogan helped get them on the train back on the track, scoring a bunch of goals, and really getting them put in the right direction. As you mentioned, a massive playoff game. Susanna Rockers.
Man, we talked to the coaching staff as we got set for all of this, and Jen T and said immediately, Susanna Rockers absolutely has to be in your unsung hero category because she's the classic case of a kid who did whatever you told her to do. Like, Susanna, we need you to do this today.
Yeah.
And not only does she do it, but she wins.
Yeah, state champ as well.
Yep, amazing. Ethan Butner, amazing defensive player who we'll see later, but tell me more about him on the field.
My goodness, it was like I had not known of Ethan, so he had played club. And then came back to Westwood this year, and it was like that Happy Gilmore moment. Who is Happy Gilmore? I go, who is Ethan? This kid is unbelievable. He's a defenseman, but he's scoring goals. He's kicking corners. The kid's got a boot. He was shutting down, every top TVL team's best player and made it look easy. And he was incredible. Just to see him and not having seen, I wish I had seen him the last 4 years. I can only imagine. But what a presence he had.
So Connor Blaney had a chance to connect with his mom during the all-night grad party. What a great experience for him throughout the year. Young kid, still going to contribute a lot over the next couple of years, but he made an impact this year.
He eats, sleeps, and breathes hockey. He loves hockey. He's got great hockey hair. He had the par 5 goal versus Falmouth. He had a big goal also versus Tewksbury. At the Bill Ricca Forum. So some massive goals out of Connor and a great season for him.
Got a couple more to hit here on our Unsung Hero list. Livy Hicks, of course, a personal favorite of mine. Occasionally gets the butt dial when I try to call my daughter. Livy is the heart and soul of that hockey team. So without a doubt, an unsung hero. Sean Joyce came out of nowhere. Like JV last year, and suddenly he's among the best in the TVL as a goaltender.
He went from playing the Sunday night games in JV, which are not the funnest to do. I'm making up words here, but I used to coach it. I didn't enjoy the Sunday night games. It's tough. You got to go all the way to Foxborough. He was doing that up till his junior year, and then gets the call up, earns the starting goalie position this year, and made his mark. My goodness.
Lizzie Weeman does it in a couple of different sports. She is a glue on any team she plays. I remember helping her mom coach her in soccer years ago. And Lizzie is solid. She's going to go play at Salve Regina next year, basketball.
Seahawks.
And then I think we're going to see Teddy McGowan on many lists over the course of the next few years. Just an unbelievable athlete. So a very deserving panel of nominees for Unsung Hero. And let's unveil the winner of our Unsung Hero of the Year award. And that goes to none other than Susanna Rockers.
Absolutely.
So Susanna is a state champion cross-country runner that came in the 2024-25 school year. But as Jen told us, this is a kid who just does whatever is asked of her.
So, Tom, she won the TVL Invitational for cross-country. She's more of a mid-runner, so like that 400 distance is her thing, the hurdles. She's the best in the TVL, the 400 hurdles. She won the mile versus one of the top miles runners in the state in the Norwood meet, Bridget Flynn. She beat her at Westwood High. We covered it, and here it is, right down the stretch. There she is. She's getting the kick, as they say. The kick is the where you get that last extra motivation, that last extra performance to finish strong. And look at that. That's first one of the best runners in the state, Bridget Flynn.
Phenomenal. And Susanna joined us here on the set. We're going to hear that said time and time again. We were so grateful to have so many of you, both coaches and players, join us throughout the year. So congratulations to Susanna, our unsung hero of the 2025-26 school year. We move on to our next category, and this was another one that was determined by you, the fans. This was a fan vote, the best team social media account. And again, I loved when people claimed what they wanted, and Natalie Holmesy from Omnia Delicacies said, I want to do the best team social media because she's got a great social media presence herself. So this was decided by you, by vote. These are the top 5 teams that received the most votes. Boys soccer, gymnastics, who we need to give some flowers to.
Yes,
that team
they were
is
outstanding
a mixed team with Brookline, so it's Brookwood Gymnastics. And a big shout out to Bella Heppelman, who gave us a great season-ending recap. We're greatly appreciative of that. Of course, the boys hockey team always got some nice chatter, always some action. The girls soccer team, solid. Beginning to end, promoting their games, interacting with us, sharing new content, getting younger kids involved.
Growing
the
the game.
That they do with the young, the Westwood Youth Soccer Organization is great. And then swimming and diving, they just have numbers.
They do.
Right, so they're going to get a lot of votes, and they get a lot of engagement. So here we go. The winner of the best social media account for 2025-26, girls, you deserve it. The girls soccer team who gave us, they were our hype girls for the last 7 to 10 days. Whenever we started promoting this show, the girls soccer team was, sharing our Instagram stories, and so appreciative of that. So we give you great thanks, and they absolutely deserve it, and they had a fantastic season to celebrate with a lot of memorable players.
That Benergy isn't just on the sideline during games. It equates to social media as well, and great account. Right after the games, especially teams that are covering the score, the final, all that, they did everything, and it was a well-deserved recognition. Okay, so a few categories have been wrapped up. We are just getting started, though. We'll be here until 8:15 tonight. It's the Westwood Living Sports Show presented by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. It's the 2025-26 awards. Quick break. We're coming right back after this. Come join us. We'll be here for a bit.
As an independent boutique financial planning and wealth management firm that is women-owned and operated, we offer a unique approach that sets us apart from others in the industry. At our firm, we prioritize providing dedicated care and service to each of our clients. This means that our advisors have ample time to get to know you and your family and be there to support you when you need it the most. And that's what we do at Nightingale, ensuring every client has the peace of mind they deserve, knowing we have their back.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Camilla started in 1988 in Wellesley. We opened here in 2014. Our most popular options are people really like the chicken parm, eggplant parm, anything with our marinara sauce because it's nice and fresh, homemade. The meatballs are really good, so you could do like a meatball sub or spaghetti and meatballs. Of course, pizzas. Everyone likes a classic cheese pizza.
At Dedham Health, we've got it all, including group exercise classes, swim lessons, free ongoing personal training, free childcare, sports conditioning, women's only amenities. Cold plunge muscular recovery. See all we have to offer here at Dedham Health.
The Westwood Living Sports Show is brought to you by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. More than wealth solutions, new wealth traditions. Camellas, eat like our family. Brown Brothers Roofing, we treat your home like our castle. And Dedham Health and Athletic Complex, one body, one mind, one life.
Welcome back to the Westwood Living Sports Show, presented by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. Tom Lydon and Morgan Donahue with you. We had our first anchor flub. We forgot a couple of the top newcomers. We're just going to hit them real quick because we certainly want to let you know that we appreciate your efforts. We have Charlie, Matthew, Jake, Colin, and Sophia.
Yes.
Some fantastic young athletes who we didn't talk about during that category, and I apologize for that. We're just kind of getting used to the flow, but some amazing performances.
Charlie Juergens in soccer was incredible. Matthew Humphrey didn't start on varsity, finished on varsity, major goals in the playoffs. Jake Abdu, unbelievable baseball season. Also, basketball was on the bench, varsity towards the end of the season. Colin Johnson, can't say enough good things about him.
Did it both with hockey and with baseball.
Every other shift.
Tight situations in baseball.
Sophia
Gaikova, freshman, #1 tennis player, incredibly well-deserved. So apologies to you that I didn't get the screen up there and talk about it. I was thinking about our timing and I messed it up. It happens, even to the best of us. So we get into our second block here and our best performance. Best postseason performance. And this very appropriately presented by Wildwood Education, which is owned by Tara Schumann, who, of course, is the wife of Brian Schumann.
Legends. Both of them.
The mother of Teddy Schumann. And Brian and Teddy won a state championship with Canton.
You
Unbelievable.
Can't forget Annabelle Schumann, too. Fantastic gymnast. But, my goodness, what a championship performing family. And thank you for the sponsorship, Wildwood. Perfect fit here.
So here's our list of nominees. Julie Hogan's 3 goals against Ashland in the first round of the playoffs for the field hockey team. Sean Joyce, what a performance down in Falmouth. A lot of pressure. Final 4 berth on the line. He really did a great job. And here's our first chance to talk about the next 2. Morgan Cox, who had an unbelievable season. He was named co-MVP of the spring track and field in the TVL. And then Bridget Hughes, just an unbelievable athlete who excels in both sports that she plays, but she's being recognized here for the 7 goals that she scored against Oliver Ames in the opening round matchup in the MIAA playoffs.
And it wasn't like she was a ball hog. She just was that dominant, and really just put the game on her stick, and really incredible game by Bridget Hughes. All, really, really good nominees right here.
So let's get into who wins. The winner of the best postseason performance goes to one of our guys watching from down in Aruba.
Yes.
Sean Joyce, the goalie of the boys hockey team against Falmouth in the Elite 8 down in Bourne. What a performance.
What a story of the year, in my opinion. Just an example of, do not let your circumstances define you. Go out there and make the most of it. And he made his senior year as good as 4 years could have been for anyone else, and some. But goalie of the year for the TVL, and now the best postseason performance award winner. Add that to the list.
Congratulations, Joyce. What a great season by you and the entire team. Well, I'm sure we're going to be hearing more about the boys hockey team in a bit. But we shift to our next category, and our next category is taking us off of the field into the category of supporter. Who's the top supporter? And very fittingly, Watson College Consulting presents this category because Lauren Watson supports you on your journey as you pursue what comes after high school.
I wish I knew Lauren in 2005, because maybe I wouldn't have to go to prep school for a year. I would have figured out college a little, got that real, lined up. But thank you, Lauren, and perfect fit, as you said, for top supporter.
This is a group of very special people, one of whom is actually here at the bar tonight. We start with Jay Risha, who's been behind the mic as the PA voice of the football team, dating more than 30 years. Just a total stud who was thrilled to be nominated. Bill Siebert is here, and he too handles the PA duties, girls hockey to boys hockey for so many years. Great to see him, loves this town.
Yes.
Eddie Martucci, I spoke with him yesterday, and he goes, I kind of have a feeling I'm going to be on this list for like the next 3 or 4 years, so I might get a Lifetime Achievement Award a little bit later. And in many ways, Darren and Andrea Weeman, that's why they're on this list. They had 2 kids who came through the school, and they were at every game.
They don't miss a game.
They don't miss a game.
And they're at games that aren't even for their own kids,
And
just
I
like,
see-
you know, a bunch of the other parents.
They got to be on the list, so
Yeah.
thank you for all you do. And then Matt, you know, what a
Matt
story,
Stuhler.
Matt Stuhler.
Matt Stuhler, like the most positive person I've ever met. I called Coach Todd Zaherk before the show, and he couldn't say enough positive. He goes, Matt is one of the most important figures in Westwood boys lacrosse with how he's developed the kids, but also he was a coach before they even got to the high school, and how important he is. He is the kind of guy that loves and celebrates good lacrosse. So if that means the goalie of the other team making a big save, he says good save goalie, and it is awesome to see that positivity when we need it the most.
Well, without further ado, let's unveil our winner, the top supporter of Westwood athletics in this town. It goes to a very deserving Matt Stuhler. And this is a guy who's been dealing with a lot off the field himself. And when you are as engaged as he is, he was thrilled, too, to be nominated, as all of these guys are. I know Bill Siva was thrilled to be nominated, and Jay gave me a shout saying, like, hey, thanks for the shout-out. But very special year for Matt, and he got to see his son play, too.
He did. Last year, he got to see a Stuhler-to-Stuhler goal, and that was one for the record books. But Matt is one of the most amazing supporters in Westwood, an amazing human being, and Westwood is better for people like Matt Stuhler and also all of the nominees, Jay Risha, Bill Siebert, Eddie Martucci, Darren, and Andrea Weeman as well.
So you still have an opportunity over the next 12 months to get yourself on that list. Just show up at games, be vocal, be energetic, and you might see yourself on that top supporter list in 2027. So let's get to our next category, and our next category is a fun one because we love defensive play. And you know what's interesting? You're going to not see a name here, and this is presented by Tony's Place, which, of course, owned by
Elio Imbernone,
and the
Westwood High Hall of Famer.
McGowan clan.
3 + 3 = 7. You know, he is known for the hockey overs. Great guy.
We greatly appreciate their support, and of course the McGowan family, very engaged with Tony's Place. So one person you don't see on this list that we're going to get to, we don't want to think we're shortchanging her, is Jennifer Lynn, right?
Yes.
And we've talked about Sean Joyce. They're goalies, and we're like, all right, well, maybe we don't put the goalies on here, but Ethan Butner, what a job he did. Jack, we've talked about him a little bit and what he did on the soccer field. Jack Corrigan was thrilled to be nominated. He sent me a note saying, like, wow, fantastic. He was a force defensively for the football team. Fallon Campbell was here, a guest of ours on the show.
She never got off the ice. One of the most important defensive players in Westwood girls hockey history, in my opinion.
Let's see who else we got. We have Brian Sullivan, another hockey player who did a great job this year.
Another kid, never got off the ice and just performed well under pressure.
Ryan Williams did a fantastic job, and this is a no nepotism inclusion. Morgan's nephew, C.J. Hancock, is on the list, and he has the qualifications and the credentials.
He had 103 caused turnovers this year, which is incredible. So over the century mark in a single season for caused turnovers for a long stick midi, no less. So, that was a heck of a season for the youngster. So proud of you, Siege.
That stick is like twice the size of
it. It
him.
is, yeah.
He can whip that thing with that stick.
They call him the surgeon because he knows how to do surgery with that, and he knows how to get the ball on the ground and go the other way.
So a very impressive list of people that you do not want to see in your way if you're trying to either score a goal or make a basket or score a touchdown. Congrats to all of you. But the winner of our Best Defensive Player of the Year, Ethan Butner.
Yeah.
And this is a kid who was dominant and didn't get all the glory because he wasn't scoring goals.
So we knew how talented Trevor Ferreira was. Ethan Butner was every bit talented, but on the defensive side, both of those guys played in the Eastern Mass All-Star game. And, he deserves every bit of recognition as he, gets. Just dominated the game and really was the back end for the Wolverines and one of the best defenders I've ever seen come through for soccer.
Congratulations to Ethan. Well-deserved. This one we're going to give ourselves a little bit more time because we have a lot to talk about in this category. This category, presented by Brown Brothers Roofing, is the top performance individually of the year. Now, Brown Brothers has been presenting our Play of the Month, and these are individual performances that stood out above all others. Ty Pindell set the tone early this year, 5 touchdown passes on the road against West Bridgewater in the season opener. Avik Sidaraju, what an effort. A 3-2 win against Wellesley, and he scores all 3 goals.
And Wellesley's no slouch. Bay State Conference team, very good soccer team.
Sam Ellman over at Norfolk was sitting 160 out with
Fifth
his
hole.
second shot.
Yeah, that's not an easy shot. You got to go in between traps. You have a ball above your feet, and to knock that in 2, do you know what the chances of doing that? It's like 1 in 7,000.
Congratulations to Sam for being on the list. His teammate Matty Donovan shot a 76 in the sectionals. Unbelievable effort. And you talked about how he got better and better.
So Matty started the year as like the 8 and also like as the alternate and just got better and better. He ended up being, I believe, a TVL All-Star for golf. but to shoot a 76, help your team get to the state championship, that's where you got the nickname Nails. Maddie Nails Donovan, because he just thrives under the pressure.
Charlie Jessup put up one of the greatest performances you'll ever see.
Unbelievable.
Westwood was hosting Norwood. It was the 50th reunion weekend.
Yep.
The final score of the game happened to be 50
points.
to 7, and Charlie had 2 kick recoveries, 2 interceptions, one of which he ran back for a touchdown, and he had 2 additional touchdown receptions. And I think all of that was like in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a ridiculous performance. Let's go to the second page. Maura Keneally.
Yes.
Thrilled to be nominated. This was a monumental effort against a Medway team that really turned the tide for the field hockey.
This is where she got the nickname Marvelous Moira Keneally. I asked her, I go, have you ever heard of Marvelous Marvin Hagler? She goes, no, but my dad did. But to have 31 saves versus a Final Four team from the previous season at Medway and one of the top teams in the TVL, and that was the game that turned their season around, in my opinion, to get them on the right track to win a TVL title.
So Bobby Buckets, Robert Liriano Alejandro, he had 31 against Hopkinton, and we may argue that a better performance was the Charlestown game, where he scored 26, but we went with the higher point total on the road against the TVL opponent. He had to be included for what he did throughout this school year, but 31 against Hopkinton. We'll talk more about that Charlestown game in a bit. Ariana Aiello, this girl. I got the report from the coach, Doug Burbo, right? Here's the deal with Ariana. So she broke an 11-year-old shot put record of 33 feet 3 inches with a throw of 33 feet 7 inches at Hopkinton. And then again, she did it at divisionals with a 34-7. Then she broke it again. 36.2 is where it stands currently. She is a force to be reckoned with and deserves that for her efforts this year. And Vani Tawari, listen, the number 3 girls singles tennis player. She went undefeated throughout the entire season. Now, say what you want about that. I think it speaks to the depth of the Westwood girls tennis team. The fact that their number 3 probably could have been a number 2 or number 1, but she took care of business. Every single girl who was in front of her, she beat.
Not only that, Tom, we saw the playoff match. She was done in like 25 minutes, maybe less.
Easy work of many of her opponents. So congratulations to Vani for being undefeated this year. The winner of the top performance of the 2025-26 school year. This, to me, is a no-brainer.
Yeah, slam dunk.
When Charlie Jessup did what he did in this game against Norwood, I said, you know what? I don't have an Athlete of the Month yet for the next month, but I do now. I mean, this was just ridiculous. A couple of incredible catches by Jessup in the end zone. I mean, here you go.
Yeah, the kick return.
The kick recovery. He did this twice.
Yeah.
And the first time he did it, it's like, wow, he recovered it. And then, oh my gosh, he did it again. And then all of a sudden, somebody picks off a ball in the secondary, and we just look at each other as we're making the call.
Oh my gosh, it's him again. But it's also, you know, Annie Alcock Jessup was a Westwood Media Center sponsor for the fall season. So we said, hey, you want your kid to have a game like this? You know what to do, you know. And the same is true for the Westwood Living Sports Show as well. You know, the kids of sponsors, they perform very well.
Congratulations to Charlie. We move on to another category which is near and dear to us. This is the most supportive teammate. And the most supportive teammate is brought to you by one of our most supportive teammates. It was last year around this time we started the call for sponsors of what we do here at Westwood Living Sports, and Natalie Marsh answered the call in a huge way. The Marsh Milestone Moments. She is a sponsor of our hockey coverage. She gave all the hockey girls sweatshirts. Talk about someone engaged with the community. She is a very supportive teammate. And, you know, how do you qualify for this? Listen, sometimes life throws you a curveball. You may not get the playing time that you want, but you're still there. So Alessia Chilangua and Anna Beaumont, they fit that category. Beloved by their teammates. Emma Williams, she came off the bench and started at senior night and had a whole cheering section for her, right? The fatheads over there. So her teammates loved her. Baz Ganson and Sean Hickey, you talk about them.
Oh, so Baz Ganson, off the bench, he was, in my opinion, the sixth man. He would come off, he had a spark, would make big threes, and, you know, beloved by his teammates. Never made any excuses, just wanted to help the team win. Sean Hickey is the same way. He came out for hockey knowing, hey, I might get cut. And he said, you know what, I'm not scared. It might change my life. He had one of the most memorable seasons for someone just going out and enjoying and having a good time with his best friends, and he certainly did. Cinco, they got the nickname Cinco for him. We also have Westwood Media Center's own Maeve Curtin.
Maeve was a guest of ours during our last show, really touching in terms of her support of the team, but also her love of video production. Maeve Hennessy, another Mays girl who lives right around the corner from you, beloved by her teammates. Matthew Bagdasarian.
Yeah, another player for the Wolverines. His father is a longtime coach in Westwood. Matt, has been, just like, Sean Hickey and also, Sean Joyce. Guys who just will do whatever it takes to help Westwood win, and Matt is one of those guys.
So the next one's reciprocal because as much as a supportive teammate as Adrienne Kelly is, she got a lot of support from this entire community. She lost her mom just a couple of months ago, and we're going to have a home run derby in the family's honor this upcoming Friday if you can join us at the baseball field from 10 to 2. But Adrienne's on this list as the most supportive teammate. And one of my faves, Abby Johnson. I've known her since she was 10 years old. And that girl, if you tell her to run through a wall, she will nod and put on her helmet, and she'll brace for impact.
Just how many games did she start at third? She had quite
73 straight games started at third base from freshman year to senior year. Never missed a start.
And she had the clinching out to solidify that TVL championship a couple years ago. I'll always remember it.
A memory she will never forget. She's headed down to UConn. Great list of most supportive teammates. The winner in this category this year is one of our favorites who we saw up close and personal many times, Anna Beaumont. Talk about somebody who was really beloved by her teammates, who is very talented on the court, always leading the cheers. There was a point in time when she was a junior where she was on the JV squad, but she was still energetically leading the JV team with the cheers. So that's a quality that you can't coach. And Anna Beaumont has it, so very well-deserved.
So well-deserved. Fourth generation Westwood Wolverine. That's, I think, one of very few, if not the only, fourth generation Wolverine. I don't think they like when I say that. They're like, oh, it's this guy again.
There it is.
The guy who says fourth generation, but so well deserved, as you mentioned. What a great teammate.
That's how people remember.
Yeah.
We just say it again and again. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we've got a lot more categories to come your way, including we're going to lead off with Game of the Year. So stick with us. Morgan Donahue, Tom Lyden with you. We're back with the Westwood Living Sports Show, presented by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. Stick around.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. And those years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, they complete the team. And that's at the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me. It built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Ready to elevate your space? At GC Marble and Granite, we specialize in fabricating and installing quality countertops across New England. Whether it's quartz, marble, or granite, our team guides you through every step for a seamless experience. We'll help you transform your home or business with confidence. Start your dream project today. Just visit us online now at gcmarbleandgranite.com.
The Westwood Living Sports Show is brought to you by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. More than wealth solutions, new wealth traditions. Camellas, eat like our family. Brown Brothers Roofing, we treat your home like our castle. And Dedham Health and Athletic Complex, one body, one mind, one life.
I just got very excited because I saw Charlotte
Turn
the camera around because it's time for our trivia segment. And that's brought to you by Dedham Health and Athletic Complex. And that, of course, includes our buddy Evan Cardamino. So have you ever punched yourself up? There you go. That's the first time you've ever actually hit the button and punched yourself up.
Looks like he's in a data center with all the technology around him. Look at that.
All right, so let's see. This is it. It's our 10th trivia challenge. I would say we're probably beating you, if I had to guess, like 6-3 going into this one. So let's see what you got.
So Westwood Media Center this year covered 110 games in total. What was the most common mascot we faced?
Ooh, most common mascot. I think I might know.
Is it a mascot that's in the Tri-Valley League?
Yeah.
I think I've got it. Do you want to guess, or you want me to just throw it out there?
Throw it out there.
I'm going to go Mustangs. Is it
that your
Mustangs?
final answer?
It is, because I
I'm
think we
gonna-
got
I'm
Medway
going
and Norwood,
Mustangs,
right?
too.
You're wrong.
We're wrong?
It's the Panthers.
No.
Oh.
We did 18 games with the Panthers between, can you name the schools?
Holliston.
Yep.
Whitman Handsome.
Yep.
Oliver Ames.
I'm sorry, what?
Oliver Ames.
Nope.
No.
What's the other one?
Cathedral and Franklin.
Sneaky.
The Franklin Panthers.
Sneaky.
That's right.
It's
Cathedral.
all
I would not
those
have got. I would have been-
outsider teams that got the Panthers over the Mustangs. There's no question about it. Well, thanks to Dedham Health and Athletic Complex for your support throughout the year, and also a huge thanks to our next presenting sponsor, Arch Orthodontics, who
Yes.
is the presenting sponsor of our Game of the Year category, and fitting because Arch is one of our presenting sponsors of Westwood Media Center's coverage of the live game broadcasts. So Arch Orthodontics, we are very appreciative
Also,
for you.
they have the Wi-Fi of the year as well. Some of the best Wi-Fi in town, folks.
They do. Let it be said that if you sit right here at the Rat Pack Sports Desk, which happens to share a wall with Arch Orthodontics, the Arch Orthodontics Wi-Fi works, and it's very strong. So just a little veteran tip. So the game of the year starts with one that we both called. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
the girls volleyball matchup against Hopkinton. It was great to have my own daughter on the court. They were down 2-1.
Yeah.
They won that fourth set 25-23. As I looked at the recap that we did on WestwoodLivingSports.com, so many names were included. Avery Hurley was big. Samara Maroon was big. Ultimately, it went to a fifth set. That fifth set was won by Westwood that clinched a playoff berth, and it was Lila Hayes who served an ace to win it.
Wow. That's pretty darn cool. Sophomore, right, Lila? Yeah.
So
What
another young one.
Yeah. It's got a bright future ahead for her.
The football Thanksgiving game, of course, was phenomenal. The Norwood game we touched on because of Charlie Jessup and so many others, 50 points.
50 for 50.
The boys lacrosse matchup with Needham ended with us beating the Rockets 8-7. We touched on the boys soccer game against Wellesley. That was Avic's hat trick.
Yeah.
All right, Charlestown, go. What a great set.
Charlestown. So I went out there. It was, I believe, February holiday. Westwood was sluggish first half. Bobby Buckets, 20-plus points in the second half. He was just the kind of guy that said, give me the ball, see what I do with it. Looked like Jordan out there, and what a game.
The girls' hockey matchup with Hingham was huge because they'd lost to them earlier in the year, so they avenged the loss, which was phenomenal. Always like to beat that team the second time you see them. We have touched already on the boys' hockey matchup with Falmouth.
Yep.
Significant for so many reasons, not only a win that advanced them to the Final Four, but also Coach Matt Seibeth's 100th
win,
career win here at Westwood. So lots of great games that we were thrilled to share with you over the course of the year. Many of them on Westwood Media Center, thanks to our friends at Arch Orthodontics and Neroli Ristorante. But only one wins Game of the Year. And the one that wins Game of the Year, the turkey tasted a little better on Thanksgiving night, and that was because the Wolverines beat Panthers, one of those Panther games.
There's one of the Panther games, yep.
And it was just a phenomenal finish with Westwood taking it 22-19, a gorgeous morning.
Yeah.
For us, it was such a great day because we did the pregame show, the halftime show. We could have done a postgame show for an hour and a half.
It was, and there's Murphy O'Malley in the back of the end zone. I believe that was the tying touchdown. Ty Pindell tying Greg Warren. And then a big pass here. This is a massive touchdown. But there was, we'll never forget that was J.R. Drayton. What a game he had, too. I mean, everyone talks about Keelan McDonald, Ty Pindell. J.R. Drayton had himself a fantastic game. I didn't think that the game was in reach to get back, and they found a way to do it. And that is, incredible to do it on Thanksgiving versus your rival. Tom, it had been a while since Westwood had beat, up till a couple years ago, a while since Westwood had beat Holliston on Thanksgiving.
And you need defensive plays
Yes.
like that when you're making
Monster.
a comeback. And Keelan McDonald came up with not only the big tackle on defense, but then this game-winning
here it is.
touchdown, which also set the record for most touchdown passes in a single season.
Yeah.
Ty broke the record set by Greg Warren years ago. Mike Mao got an amazing photo.
Yes.
So did Owen Ziegler
Yep.
of that celebration. So that indeed was the game of the year, performance of the year,
Yep.
environment of the year.
Oh, it was
just
an incredible game.
qualifies for a lot, but it took the title of Game of the Year, so congrats to all the football players and coaches. And speaking of coaches, we go to the next category, which is our Assistant Coach of the Year. This brought to you by our friends at Clay Subaru. And wow, are we fortunate to have coaches who don't do it for the money.
Yep.
This is coaches who support the program because they love the kids. They love engaging, and they just want players to get better. So Nikki Delaney, we, of course, had on the show as a guest. Declan Burke didn't graduate too long ago.
No,
and there
Westwood
he is
High.
on the football sideline along with
Part
Nate
of the maze.
Costello.
Yep.
You're super tight with Dan Ferrari.
Yep. Dan Ferrari's been such a big part of hockey over the last several years. I actually brought him in as JV coach with me in 2014, so he stuck around. I wanted to get some sleep back, but all well-deserving coaches. We also have Haley Dupree, who is a lacrosse assistant coach, former goalie for the Wolverines. Shannon Gillis, what she's done with girls hockey. She's also the JV coach for girls lacrosse. Jim Riley, stud. He is the defensive coach for boys lacrosse, played at West Point. This guy's an intimidating guy if you see him in person. And then Doug Burbo.
I think Doug Burbo's here.
Yeah, we got
crowd,
Doug
right?
Burbo.
Doug,
He's in the
nice
back.
To see you. And Doug sent me an email last weekend. He goes, I can't thank you enough for the nomination, but you got to nominate my kids.
Yeah.
And that just speaks to what
that's
a good
what coaching
coach
is
about.
Yeah.
Because, of course, we're going to talk about the kids. Yeah. But without your leadership, the kids don't do what they do. Without what the kids do, the coaches don't get the respect and the kudos that they deserve and the flowers that they deserve. And I'll tell you what, Coach Burbo, come on over because you,
down,
my
Coach.
friend, are the assistant coach of the year. Doug Burbo, what he did for the throwers on the track and field program, unbelievable. So you're the first person I actually get to give this to. This is a gift card that is from Camella's. And grab the microphone real quick.
Yeah.
Just want to get your thoughts, and we got to see you on camera here. So your kids were awesome all
Thoughts
year.
on the season?
Just unbelievable effort from your throwers.
Well, I was roped in by Coach Woodard. Asked for somebody to help with the throwing. I said I can only do a day or two a week. I got sucked in, and it turned into more than that. Really, the kudos go to the hard work and dedication of these kids. They were fantastic. We got a great season coming up next year. The bullpen is full with discus shot and javelin.
They're returning. They're all returning.
We got a returner. We only lost one this year.
Yeah.
So very excited for what's in store next year. But I want to give a huge shout out to my kids. Morgan, just first.
I think Ariana's here, right?
Yeah, we got Ariana in the building.
Ariana.
Yeah. Catherine.
This kid's got dedication beyond anything I've seen. She was thrown today, and the season's done. So
awesome.
Catherine, give a big shout out. Reed.
Yep. Yeah, Reed Boger. My goodness, forgot about Reed.
Esme got robbed at TVLs because of the rain, but she's going to be a rainmaker next year.
Look at that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Should be a broadcaster.
Yeah, and honestly, the support of Ed Lyons and Julia Woodard and Jennifer Tian, they've been great, and love it. Had fun. It was a really, really fun year.
All right, good stuff. They're playing the music. We got to wrap you up. That's Doug Burbo, who takes our Assistant Coach of the Year honors. So enjoy your pizza from Camella's. And we quickly shift over to our next category, which is the Head Coach of the Year. And this was very easy. You qualified as a Head Coach of the Year, and this is presented by our friends at Plumbing Solutions, Matt and Chandler Sullivan, a phenomenal family. They have 3 kids. In fact, one of their kids is an up-and-coming lacrosse goalie. They're a Walpole family. So I know that they are celebrating the Walpole Championship, but unbelievable business at Plumbing Solutions. And this was easy. You don't qualify unless you win a TVL championship. So all of these coaches were TVL champions this year. Jen Tian is here. Big hand for Jen Tian, sitting back there with Coach. Heather Joyce, the field hockey coach, did a great job. Probably one of her best jobs.
Absolutely. To right that ship, how it started, and to come on strong, and then to upset Masco, unbelievable.
Phenomenal. Mary Holt Wilson, great job leading the boys to a swimming and diving TVL championship. You deserve the honor. Lauren Lopez, the girls hockey coach, just building a juggernaut. I mean, the record over the last 3 seasons is just ridiculous. I forgot the exact numbers.
Playing
but
D1 too.
When you win more than 50 and you lose less than 5, you're doing something right. Of course, as we move on to the next screen, we've got a very familiar face who's also here tonight. That's Matt Siebert, who is the head coach of the boys hockey team. A phenomenal job by him. 43 straight years. He's carrying that with him every single year.
TVL Coach of the Year as well. And what they did, Final Four, unbelievable run they had this year.
Margot Spatola and Todd Zahark just keeping up the
tradition.
doing
what they're doing. Yeah, they're unbelievable. They're just so consistent.
Ho hum, another TVL championship for both of them.
Same thing with Martha.
Not to be forgotten is the job that Martha did as the head coach of the girls tennis team. Back to back to back to back TVL championships. So
tough.
Scarlett Bernard, who's a senior, was a champion each and every single one of her years that she took the court. So very fortunate. I know you've been an assistant coach, and you know what it takes to be a head coach. Just your thoughts on the dedication of our head coaches.
They don't get paid enough, and they're in it for the right reasons. They're in it because they want to change these kids' lives. Obviously, they want to win games too. They want to win state championships, but those come after you've changed these kids' lives. You know, hockey and all these other sports that we have here, lacrosse, these are not easy sports. Some of these practice times are at 5 in the morning.
Yep.
So it's not easy. So you got to have good leadership to, make it easier for you and really kind of turn you into the human that by the time you graduate, you're ready to take on life. And that's what sports does. And it's incredible to be able to have these opportunities to, really put yourself out there and be ready for life.
Well, I am happy to say that our winner is in the house. The winner of the Coach of the Year. He won his 100th game this winter, Matt Siebert. Come on down and get your prize, my friend. The head coach of the boys hockey team. Actually, come around this side. Grab the mic real quick. Here you go. Enjoy a pizza on our friends at Camella's. So great season by you and the boys. Congratulations. Very well deserved by you. I mean, just give us your thoughts on what was a remarkable year.
Yeah, wasn't prepared for this, but just honestly, first off, to you guys for all the support all year and doing this. I think it's great for all the kids at the high school. So it's really about them, but psyched just to come and support you guys. But honestly, honored for this. I mean, really, it's about the kids. They went out there, put the skates on. They do the hard work. But also my coaching staff, Dan Ferrari, Kevin Caranto, Nikita Manakin,
Legends.
could not do it without those guys. So means the world just for the boys hockey, just more so the team getting recognized. Sean Joyce getting recognized tonight. A few more that are still up. So that's what's really special.
Good job. What I loved most about Matt was when he won his 100th game, which got him to the Final Four. He's like, that's all well and good, but I want to finish this year with 102.
Yes.
And that didn't happen, so we're stuck on 100.
Exactly.
But what a great learning
we're
experience.
on to next year for that.
There might have been 102,000 views, though, on the clip of him in the locker room getting the shower. It was a viral clip.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Matt
Congratulations,
Siebert
Matt.
is our Coach of the Year for Westwood High School. Congrats. And that takes us to our next category, which is the Best Male Leader. And this is presented by our friends at Ian Brown Land Design. Ian, of course, a graduate of
2002.
Westwood High School and does just a phenomenal job in landscaping and land design. And he's been with me as a sponsor of Westwood Living since we started in 2022. So True Blue does it for the support of the town. And I highly recommend, if you want your property to look better, give Ian Brown a call. No question about that. This is a great category with some phenomenal guys. Short list, but a really strong list.
Yeah. I mean, Trevor Ferreira, he exemplifies leadership on the field, how he plays the game, his positivity, late game heroics, but also how he's a professional out there. From before the game till after the game, he's the perfect person to watch and really learn something from.
Jonathan Bertone, I invite you to flip open your copy of the June edition of Westwood Living, and you want to read the article I wrote about Jonathan Bertone. It's a little bit of a love letter to him because I caught myself, and he is featured. So when you get this in your mailbox, you want to see Jonathan Bertone's article, the Dental Arts of Westwood Athlete of the Month.
Yep. James
Fahey did not play baseball this year because he was injured, but he's headed to Notre Dame, and he was heavily involved.
We got to get him a Joe Vinci jersey, prepare him for Notre Dame. But absolutely, I mean, he didn't get a chance to play this year. He was a captain, elected captain. But my goodness, what an example he set. He would be the first guy to run over to be the first base coach. Positivity never was about him. All he wanted to do was be a part of the team, helping them win, and that is leadership in my book.
And the same guy falls in that category, Ethan Lee, one of the best swimmers for the boys swimming team, did a fantastic job. He was one of our guests here on the show earlier this winter. I was just always so impressed with the kids' ability to talk and put their thoughts together and express them in a very daunting environment. The cameras are live and they were
overstimulated. But what he did when it came to the speed and the long distance and how he really approached everything, a terrific leader. A lot of people looked up to him this past season.
Fantastic leaders, all four of them, but this decision, kind of easy. When you get named the starting catcher as a freshman and you put 4 seasons behind the plate and wrap up a fantastic career, you are our best male leader, and that is Jonathan Bertone. And anybody who has played with him will attest to the fact that this kid just has an it factor.
Yeah, I was calling his game since his freshman year, and I said, this kid is going to probably be a junior captain. And guess what? He was a junior captain. He is... he loves baseball. You can tell. He's going to be playing at Bentley next year. But he does every single thing you want out of a leader. Coach Whalen said he is the best catcher he's ever coached and probably one of the best players he's ever coached. Coach Whalen doesn't give, kudos like that to anyone.
You know, we're talking about a Hall of Famer. You don't get a chance to look at somebody and say, like, that person's going to be in the Westwood High School Sports Hall of Fame, but Jonathan Bertone will be one of them. Congratulations, Jonathan. Fantastic career. We move on to our next category, and that is the best female leader. And this was the most popular category in terms of requests from our sponsors. This one's brought to you by Distinctive Pergolas. Distinctive Pergolas, of course, owned by Kathy and Mike Agasti. And Kathy immediately sent me a note and said, I want best female leader. And I immediately got about 4 other emails saying, I want to be best female leader.
She was first in the clubhouse.
She was first in. So when you get the emails from me asking for your support and you want something specific, get the response in quick. But what a great list of female leaders that we have to celebrate here. Maeve Gavin, at least 5 state championships over the course of her career here at Westwood in cross country and track. Olivia Mason, a multi-sport athlete. Livy Hicks, a great leader.
Livy Hicks, a fantastic leader. She played her best hockey in the biggest games, and she was, the definition of a leader. Went into the corner, and she would come out with the puck. Knew how to win a puck battle when it mattered the most.
Lizzie Wieman, we have talked about before, but just a steady presence on the basketball court that carried over to lacrosse. Jenny Mackin, very similar to James Fahey, limited by injury, but on this list because of how engaged she stayed with the team.
An exceptional player, in my opinion, the best face-off person in the state.
We had Layla Elliott-Lewis with us on the set here just a couple months ago. Fantastic athlete, headed to the University of Washington. And then Olivia Shea, what can you say? I mean, she plays soccer, she plays basketball, she plays lacrosse.
Captain of all 3.
Oh, by the way, voted captain for all 3 sports.
And a big part of all 3 teams. She was an instrumental part of all 3 teams, but 3-sport captain, that's rare. That is rare these days because there's more athletes that are specialized.
So rare, Morgan, that it solidified her spot as the winner of the best female leader. Congratulations to Olivia Shea. She takes the honors. It was an easy decision to make when you saw the C next to her name in all 3 sports. Commands respect from each of her teammates.
She battled injuries. Late in the soccer season, she was battling injury, and then she missed some games in basketball. And that's where I feel like we really saw her leadership. Is she was on the sidelines cheering on her teammates, but then when she was ready, she hit the ground running. One of the best defensive players in the TVL for girls basketball. Also, when it came to lacrosse, an exceptional defensive player in girls lacrosse. Her soccer ability, she can score goals. She can also defend too. So versatile there. But her leadership, unquestionably, 3-sport captain, it is so rare. You do not see that these days, but not only a 3-sport captain, excels at being a 3-sport captain.
So the girls soccer team also had some great celebrations. That may have to be a new category next year. We may need to introduce best celebration.
I'm writing
it
down right now.
Yeah, the girls soccer team had some great celebrations, and you just saw one there on the goal off the head. Congratulations to Olivia Shea. Congratulations to all our winners so far. We're wrapping it up. We're going to a break. When we come back, maybe the biggest hitters of the night. We're talking team of the year, that kind of stuff. Athlete of the year, female, male. Stick with us. Morgan Donahue, Tom Lydon. We're coming back right after this.
As an independent boutique financial planning and wealth management firm that is women-owned and operated, we offer a unique approach that sets us apart from others in the industry. At our firm, we prioritize providing dedicated care and service to each of our clients. This means that our advisors have ample time to get to know you and your family and be there to support you when you need it the most. And that's what we do at Nightingale, ensuring every client has the peace of mind they deserve, knowing we have their back.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Camilla started in 1988 in Wellesley. We opened here in 2014. Our most popular options are like people really like the chicken parm. eggplant parm, anything with our marinara sauce because it's nice and fresh, homemade. The meatballs are really good, so you could do like a meatball sub or spaghetti and meatballs. Like, of course, pizzas. Everyone likes like a classic cheese pizza.
At Dedham Health, we've got it all, including group exercise classes, swim lessons, free ongoing personal training, free childcare, sports conditioning, women's only amenities, cold plunge muscular recovery. See all we have to offer here at Dedham Health.
The Westwood Living Sports Show is brought to you by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. More than wealth solutions, new wealth traditions. Camellas, eat like our family. Brown Brothers Roofing, we treat your home like our castle. And Dedham Health and Athletic Complex, one body, one mind, one life.
Well, without question, Morgan, our best crowd of the year
Yeah, it's
for the
fantastic.
Westwood Living Sports Show presented by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. Tom, Morgan, great crowd here, and we're in the home stretch.
Yep.
This is the anchor leg. We've got 4 more categories to go, and these are the doozies. These are the ones that, you know, people really want to win. So we're going to start it off with our best multi-sport athlete of the year. You like to call this the Paula Sheehan Award,
The Paula
right?
Sheehan Award, the Bo Jackson of Westwood High.
And it's presented by our friends at Revival Wellness. Marissa, my host, has been such a great sponsor of everything we do, and she wants to take care of these athletes. So if you are a multi-sport athlete, you want to go to Revival Wellness, and she will take care of you and help in your recovery. We come back from the break talking once again about Olivia Shea, who just took our Female Leader Award.
Three
Olivia
sports.
Mason, we have talked about before. Bridget Hughes, phenomenal. Not a 3-sport athlete, but phenomenal in 2 sports.
Two-sport superstar. Yeah, no question about it. Matt Donovan.
Matty
Matt
Donovan.
nails Donovan. 2 sports. He had golf and hockey. Captain in the hockey. Ty Pindell.
He got TVL All-Star in both football and
Yeah.
basketball, set the season record for most touchdown passes in a year. Teddy McGowan will be
Tank.
on this list for the next 3 years,
will.
I promise you.
Yep.
We are looking at a future Hall of Fame hockey player when we watch Maggie Ash play. She
Yes.
just wrapped up her sophomore year, so she'll be back. And I saw Elise Boger last night,
Yeah.
and I congratulated Elise for being on this list. And that's a neat combination of cross-country, basketball,
Yeah.
and then
Different
track and
muscles,
field, right?
speed and long distance.
Same
you
thing
know.
with Catherine McMurray, right?
Yeah.
Soccer, and then she is
Track.
on the basketball team,
Yeah,
track
basketball
and
as well.
field.
She was a big part of the basketball during the stretch, and being, the center
Yep.
and really incredible defender.
Did we talk about Mila Mandeville? Isn't she on this too? Because she's
Yes.
got that interesting combination.
Yeah, the
of
skiing. Yeah.
skiing being
Lacrosse,
in there,
big
lacrosse.
Podcaster.
Podcaster.
Yeah.
Aaron Gannett, a phenomenal athlete.
Yes.
And of course, Lizzie Weeman, we have spoken about a couple of times already tonight. Just a great athlete who's going to enjoy some success at Salve Regina. But when we determined this winner, this was tough. This was a very difficult one to decide, because do you go the route of somebody who's a 3-sport athlete just because they play 3 sports and they're good, or do you really give it to somebody who was awesome in the 2 sports that they play?
Yeah.
And that's the route we went. So let's unveil the winner. The winner of our best multi-sport athlete is Bridget Hughes.
Yeah.
And Bridget, Morgan, take it away.
So well deserving, as I mentioned, a 2-sport superstar. She's an incredible field hockey player. She is one of the best lacrosse players in the state. She is going to be playing at Stonehill after her senior year, so she just finished up her junior year. But, if she played a winter sport, she'd probably be a superstar as well, So she's probably getting ready for lacrosse. But she reminds me of, like, Babe Didrikson Zaharis, like that, every sport she does, she excels at.
So congratulations to Bridget. Very well deserved. It was a interesting debate because we talked about the qualifications, but Morgan really got the point home, saying, like, no, she's the best player on the field in the 2 sports that she plays. And I agreed. I was like, yep, you convinced me. So Bridget, you take home the honor there. Congratulations. We shift our focus to the Male Athlete of the Year. And wow, is this a tough one?
Yeah.
We have a lot of we're doing female athlete of the year first.
Yes.
Okay, this is presented by Nightingale Wealth Solutions. So the female athlete of the year is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Nightingale Wealth Solutions and Ariel D'Angelo.
Incredible.
Without whom
None of this
we
is
would
possible.
not be doing this show.
Yeah.
So I talked to Ariel back in last July or August and said, I've got this idea for a television show, and she says, I'm in. So thank you to Ariel, who we had on here as a guest a couple of times. And the female athletes of the year include Izzy Hansen, who we haven't talked about yet, one of the soccer players who stood out.
All-time goal scorer, Westwood girls soccer history, also all-time points leader in Westwood girls soccer history.
We just touched on Bridget Hughes, who was the best multi-sport athlete. Lulu Fenton gets her flowers here. She is just a phenomenal volleyball player, makes this list as a sophomore, so she will be back next year as a junior captain. That volleyball team is going to be very dangerous. Haley Cashman, phenomenal athlete.
Incredible at the
Runner,
800.
Does it cross country, does it indoor, does it outdoor, and Jennifer Lynn.
Yeah.
Now it's Jennifer Lynn's time to shine.
Jennifer Lynn deserves her own category of, just what she did this year in dominance. But what a season she had with 21-2 record, 12 shutouts, TBL MVP, a literal brick wall.
12 shutouts. You said that very quickly, and that's something that shouldn't be said so quickly. Ariana Aiello is here in the house tonight. Give a hand to Ariana, who is on the list for Female Athlete of the Year. What a great performance by her in the track and field. Mila Mandeville did a great job as a skier, which earned her the honor of Female Athlete of the Year nominee.
Michelle Asarian, incredible swimmer. Not only just part of the individual swimming, but the relays as well.
And Maura Keneally will be the goalie of the Bryant University field hockey team. And we talked earlier about the unbelievable job she did in that game against Medway, which really solidified her as one of our Female Athlete of the Year nominees. But the honor only goes to one, and the honor goes to a very deserving one, and it's the one who had a season better than anybody else, and that is Jennifer Lynn. The goalie of the girls hockey team takes home the honor as the Female Athlete of the Year. 12 shutouts set her apart from everybody else. She was the best goaltender in the state, and we get to watch her one more season.
You got to love the clips, the Duxbury parents with their hands on their heads. And watch this Medfield save, too. Boom! Making that look easy. Can of corn. But Lynn Sanity, she brought Lynn Sanity back, and the moms all with the I Heart Jen Lynn sweatshirts. That's going to be a core memory we'll remember for a long time. But the game she had versus Hingham, she let off 2 quick goals in the first period, and then just shut it down since then. Westwood doesn't beat Hingham if it's not for her in that game, but 12 shutouts, 21-2 record. She had under a goal a game, goal against average, and her save percentage was it'll never be matched. It was the greatest performance ever by a Westwood High hockey goalie, boys or girls. The greatest ever.
And probably the greatest quote I ever heard, which was off the record, but I don't mind sharing it, when I said, man, you're really good at goaltender. She goes, yeah, I don't love it. I'm just good at it. Can you imagine? I mean, she may have fallen more in love with the position since we had that conversation 2 years ago.
It's my second favorite Jennifer Lynn fact, besides that she has her motorcycle license and a motorcycle. That is the coolest thing ever. So
we get a chance to watch Jennifer Lynn play next year, and she will be the defending Female Athlete of the Year. Congratulations to her. Now, we shift our focus to the Male Athlete of the Year, and that is brought to you by our hosts, our friends. It feels like our family here at Camellas. The team has been so unbelievable throughout this year, opening up the doors for us to come do this show at the Rat Pack Sports Desk. We love them. We spend a lot of time here. We spend a lot of money here, and hopefully they feel this investment is worth it for them, because it has been phenomenal. And these kids have invested themselves in themselves.
Yeah.
And it starts with Patrick Dalton, who had a phenomenal year on the golf course, and he's going to have a phenomenal career in golf.
Patty, I hope you're tuning in down in Aruba. You guys are having a great time down there. Trevor Ferreira, what a season he had. Major goals, late goals, where memorable goals too. When you thought Westwood was going to walk away with a potential loss, no, he would tie it, and then he would get the go-ahead goal. Ty Pindell, what a
phenomenal season. You set the record for most touchdown passes in a single year. TVL All-Star in both football and basketball. Jaden Pollard, somebody who we have not spoken about yet. He was our first guest.
He was
our
fantastic.
First of many guests here on the Westwood Living Sports Show. He came here talking about Jaden's dough and how he's made his own little business, and he wears the goggles because he runs so fast. He needs them.
He was the MVP of the winter track season. He broke records, multiple records during the spring track season. And he was in nationals, incredible out of the 400.
Nolan
nationals.
Lewis, we will see more of over the course of the next couple of years. Just an unbelievable talent on the ice for the boys hockey team. And then we've got more people to talk about as well. I think we have Sean Joyce, who we've already shown a light on and took, I think, the Unsung Hero Award. Ethan Lee, a phenomenal swimmer for the swimming and diving team. Shane McDonald, we haven't had a chance to talk about yet.
Shane the Torpedo McDonald, one of the best nicknames I think we have right now outside of Eric Liam, but exceptional season for him in swimming. Also was part of the relay team that won at divisionals.
And Greg Walsh.
Yes.
TVL
MVP
for the boys lacrosse this year. And what a great job Todd and the team have done getting those boys to a point where they have earned respect around the state, and Greg Walsh a big reason for that. And no surprise that Jonathan Bertone, who was named our male leader of the year, is on the list as male athlete of the year. But only one can win, and this was one that kind of jumped out at us. Jaden Pollard is the male athlete of the year, because when you set records like Jaden Pollard set records, and you carry yourself in the way that Jaden Pollard carries yourself, you deserve this honor. Congratulations to Jaden. We've seen you run. We've enjoyed every single minute of it. We know that you're going to go on and enjoy a college career running. And
at Colby.
It's at Colby, and what a stud.
And how about that finish right there? Where is second place?
Yeah, where's the
can't
rest
find
of the
second
field?
place. And you know what the funny thing is? That's the second time that he ran the 800. He ran it under 2 minutes, and he finished that far in advance. His sweet spot was the 400. That's how he qualified for nationals. Did a fantastic job at nationals. He was the top runner in the state for the 400. Unfortunately, he couldn't compete in the state championship because it was during graduation. But he was the number 1 seed. He was the number 1 seed in that. But the TVL MVP for winter track. He is probably going to go down as one of the top track athletes ever to come through Westwood High, and a Hall of Famer in my book.
We have two very proud coaches here. Coach Woodard is here. Coach Tian is here. They're very excited about Jaden taking home the award.
Well-deserved.
Very well-deserved. He also, by the way, earned the George Bader Award, which goes to, in essence, the top athlete who's a senior at Westwood High School. Olivia Shea was honored with that in the senior class of 2026. So when I saw that, I was like, we're right on target here.
Yeah,
you know, he really did have a great season. So congratulations to Jaden Pollard, who is our male athlete of the year. We have come to our final award of the night. 19 of them wraps up with our team of the year that is presented by our friends at Neroli Ristorante, of course, owned by Mike DeSaro, who is a Westwood High School alum.
He knows a thing about playing on some good teams. Yeah,
yes,
a couple state championships for Mike.
Super Bowl champion. Yeah. I love how he talks about his time on the field. You know, I wasn't the big stud.
Hey, we found some clips. We found some clips of him making some plays, and I sent it to him in the Super Bowl. So, Mike, you were underselling yourself and your contributions. Big-time player for the Wolverines.
Once again, the bar is set very simply here. You're not considered a Team of the Year nominee unless you win a TVL championship. Yep. So each of these teams did. The girls cross-country team comes off a state championship in 2024-25, wins a TVL championship again in 2025. The field hockey team, phenomenal, wins a TVL title. We've talked about them. Boys basketball.
Yeah.
This achievement should not be overlooked because they lost so many people.
They did, yeah.
Yet came back and won a very competitive league.
Coach Douglas, he's a guy that just knows, it's like Coach DeHerrick. Next person up, mental toughness. You know, go out there and get it done. You know, he really does a fantastic job.
Boys swimming takes home the TVL championship, as does the girls hockey team.
Yep.
They win the TVL championship. They obviously had an unfortunate end in the postseason, but a phenomenal run for them.
Yep.
And I think the boys hockey team is also on this list as a Team
hockey,
of the Year candidate.
Undefeated in the Tri-Valley League, an exceptional season for them. Boys lacrosse, TVL, back-to-back TVL back-to-back seasons of TVL champions, which hadn't been done ever. So congrats to them. That was a fantastic season. Girls tennis, back to back.
As Moses Malone said, faux.
We got to get some hats that say back to back, because that is a brag right there.
And then girls lacrosse wins the TVL title yet again. Just add it to the trophy case. It seems
undefeated,
that they do it every year.
Undefeated
very
again,
impressive.
And you know what? DS and Medfield are pretty darn good as well.
So, came down to the two teams that went the furthest. The girls tennis team got to the Elite Eight. You came in second place in this category, so congratulations to you. The honor for the Team of the Year goes to the team that went the furthest this year. That is the boys hockey team that went to the Final Four, and they won that Elite Eight game. It was Matt Siebet's 100th win, and this team, I don't know that you expected this from them when the season started.
Oh, I did not. You know, Norwood You got Medfield. You got Hopkinton, who's always a tough team. Tom, they went undefeated in the Tri-Valley League. That hasn't been done since 2018. But to also say, hey, they're going to make a playoff run, a deep playoff run. They had to play Bill Ricca. Bill Ricca won the state championship last year versus guess who? Canton in overtime. So to beat these big towns, Westwood, we're a humble 16,000 person town. They're playing cities. And to do that in front of our crowd, the way they did it, what a team, what a year. We'll remember this for a very, very long time. I know I will, because hockey is near and dear to my heart.
So congratulations to all of our winners. I cannot thank the crowd enough for being here tonight. This has been phenomenal.
Fantastic.
The MVP of our show is Evan Cardamino, who put together more than 150 graphics for us. So thanks to Evan, thanks to Charlotte Lynch, who is here, Sean Corcoran, the executive director of Westwood Media Center. Aiden's here, a new intern who we just met
Maeve
today.
Curtin, all her help.
Maeve
Josh
has
Kagan.
been phenomenal. And folks, look what we built. We need your support. We are so thankful for those who supported us here in 2025-26. Think about how much more we can do in 2026-27. Please reach out to us. We're creative. We love this town. We want to help you get more business in this town. So reach out to one of the two of us, and we will take that business up a notch. It has been an awesome year. Thank you, my friend.
My friend, hey, this was a lot of fun. When you said, 10 episodes, I'd say let's do it. Let's see where it goes. And my goodness, an incredible year, and I'm glad we did this.
Thank you for being with us. We will see you when we kick off in September. Good night.